Good morning. It's Stacy from PeonyLaneDesigns.com. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? If not, click the little blue button. We're going to paint these today. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, comment down below, like this video, and click the bell icon to be notified. Who remembers these? Pick these up at Badwill during one of Victoria's archery tournaments, and I don't so much love the navy on them. Let's just get right into why I don't love them. Well, first of all, this is just not a good color. Like, it's not going to sell. It's not going to sell in navy. It's a hard sell in navy because it's a specific color. It may look black on the screen, I don't know, but in person it's definitely a navy blue. And what I was thinking when I was thinking about them was I got this home decor chalk in this French linen, this color, which kind of has a stone look to it, more of a neutral color, and I thought maybe that would be good. It's, I think, better than white. I don't know, maybe white would be the color everybody would want. But this is what we're going to do. Possibly glaze it, just because it's got so many really great details on it. Maybe not. I don't know. That's going to be a game time decision. I'm not a sports person, but doesn't that feel like a game time decision? Like, it's gonna depend on what this looks like on. I've never used this. Have I used this brand? I use their wax. I'm looking around. I'm like, I thought I had one of these jars. I used their white wax. I had not used their paint. So that's why I picked this up. And this was the color I picked. Was it on clearance? Yeah, it was. It was on clearance for $5, so I picked it up. I mean, chalk paint, chalk paint, chalk paint, chalk paint, chalk paint, chalk paint, chalk paint. I got chalk paint coming out my freaking ears. I could pick a different color that I already have. But I wanted to try this, and I thought it was a good neutral, and I thought it fit this project. So we're going forward with it, and then we will decide. Ooh, it's pretty. It is pretty. She's pretty. I know, we're just going to go right at these. A little chunky. Got a little too much paint on that. I don't hate seeing the dark come through, so I think we won't fully paint it. Instead of glazing it, I think I'm just going to maybe dry brush it a little more than I thought I was going to. So I don't hate this. How the dark navy is coming through the tan, I don't think that looks bad at all. I think we're gonna go with that. All right, we're back for coat 2. They look all right. I mean, they're not, it's streaky. It didn't cover really well. Just used a more pigmented paint. So it's, let's hope the second coat is the charm here, because I don't want to be painting 20 coats of paint on anything. So if their paints are all like this, I'm regretting all my life choices at this point. I mean, if this is a product that you guys use on a regular basis, you're going to have to let me know why. I mean, I know I'm covering a dark color, but I want at the very least for the second coat to be like there. Like, that's it. That's it. That's all I want. It's the second coat. I don't want 15 coats on this thing. I got to do this again. There's a lot of little nooks and crannies. I regret trying it on this particular project. Note to self, if it's a new product we haven't tried before, flat surfaces only, because I don't want to have to go in all the nooks and crannies. I mean, this is a lesson on me. Let's face it. I've learned something here today. And I'm happy. I don't even know if I want to do a third coat with this, or if I want to grab something else that I know is going to cover. Because it's annoying me, and if I do one more coat and I still see blue coming through, I'm going to be ticked. Glad I got it on clearance. So while I was waiting for this to dry, I made beef bourguignon and started watching It's a Wonderful Life. This is a really bad idea because I've become cynical in my old age. Like, anyone else, like when Mary, like George pours out his heart and tells Mary what he wants to in his life, and he wants to travel and see the world, and she just cruelly wishes that he never gets his dream. You're never going to watch that scene the same way again. I guarantee it. Never. No. Like, his whole life, all he wanted to do, and he told Mary when she was little, I'm going to go traveling and exploring. And she went, see what I can do about that. And then you've got Mr. Potter, which he's not even the most evil character in that movie. No. It's the guy that pushes his wheelchair. Because he knows that Potter has stolen all that money and said nothing. While Potter's calling the police and making these threats, and he just sat back and did nothing. That makes him more culpable, more evil than Potter. Now, I've watched this movie my entire life. It's one of my mom's favorites, so we watched it since birth. And this is the first year that I went, there's nothing good in this movie. There's nothing good about this movie. Like, the second she throws a rock at the old Granville house and wishes away all his hopes and dreams, I was done. I'm like, that's not love. That's not love. Nope, it's not romantic at all to wish somebody else's dreams would disappear so you can have what you want. That's what she wished for, that he would never get his dream. Love is supporting each other, Mary. Watch that movie again. Think about it. Anyway, this definitely needs a third coat, and I'm questioning all my life choices, including, Bedford Falls. So here we are. We got to do another coat. I'm probably not going to finish these today because I'm going to go out and boil potatoes in a little bit for the beef bourguignon and sit down and have dinner with my family, and this was taking way too long. So this is probably not getting done today, which you'd think this wouldn't be that big of a deal. But in between this, I was doing other things. I did some Etsy postings. I have a new software that I was trying out. Little fun things that I was doing. So this isn't the only thing that I did. Like, this is like the only thing you guys saw. But there's other things that I've been doing. But I wanted to talk to you guys about, like, I think it was Kathleen said, you want to be more intentional about, I mentioned being more intentional about my postings and keeping them on a calendar. And I'm going to show you we're going to figure this out together, because I don't think anybody has got a system. Like, no one I've talked to has a system. They're all like, I don't know, I just do it. So what I did was, I've got this notebook. I've had this notebook forever. This is from a bookstore that no longer exists. What's that one? What's that bookstore? I don't know. It went away sometime in the 1990s, but it was it's just a notebook that has like pages on it with like headers and stuff like that. And then it had some graph pages and stuff like that too. But what I'm doing is now, when I come up with a project, I'm putting it in the book. And then I'm taking, and I'm writing out the outline of the things that I need, what I have, what I need, because a lot of times I'm going, I think I still need to buy this, and I can't remember if I bought it or not, so now it's going in the book for each project. So this is my project book now. So here's my project book, and then I have my calendar, and what I'm doing is I have the monthly view and the weekly view in my calendar. Let me get the calendar. Got my calendar. I was going to try and make a calendar, and I actually have one up on my Zazzle store. I'm not going to make a calendar. I decided to go with the Bloom plant planners. This kind of had everything I was looking for and a really pretty cover. So I can put this in my Amazon storefront if you guys want to know which one I'm using. But the months have right over here a notes column. So I've got my months listed, and I've already put my picket fence gals dates on my calendar so that I know when my work days are, because I'm like really bad at that, right? And then what I started to do was, because we know Easter's in April, these are the crafts that I'm going to do in March that I've already identified as projects that I wanted to do that I didn't get to last year. So I put them in the book and I wrote down what I have, what I need, blah, blah, blah. And then I got them on here so I don't forget them, because I have problems remembering things. So it's a Hashimoto's thing. It's an ADHD thing. There's a little bit of a combo thing happening with my brain. And I used to live by a calendar. I think I told you guys that last year. And then I stopped living by that calendar, and I started like forgetting everything. So I have my calendar, and it's going to go in the calendar if I have something, so that I don't get lost in what I'm doing. And I've already got in January projects marked for Valentine's Day. So I've got my projects here listed that I want to work on in January. And then each month I will have different projects. So if it doesn't specifically relate to a holiday, obviously it doesn't go on this early. I have some projects already listed for Christmas back here. But they'll be in the book. So what I could do is move projects to the calendar for the month from the book. So I've got my project book and my calendar. And this way, as ideas come and pieces and parts of projects that I want to work on come, they go in the book. Because that way I don't lose track of what I have for projects. Because right now there's a garage full of projects that are half done, half started, forgotten about completely out there. When I see them, I'll remember them. But when I'm in here and trying to think about what should I work on this week? What should I work on today? I have time this week to work on a small project. What do I have? I don't know. And then I spend hours going, I don't know. I don't know what to work on. So this way, as I find my projects and I know what I'm going to be working on, they're going to go in this book. And then they'll get marked off as I go, because there's some that I've already finished. So like, no, that one's not finished either. There's a couple of them. And then there were blog post ideas that I wanted to write that I never got to. And then I'll sit down to write blog posts and I'll go, I don't know what to write about. It's that too much. So my brain just shuts down. There's too much. This way I can have like blog posts in a section, because this book is sectioned. So there's little different sections in here. You can actually, it's got pockets and stuff like that. It's a nice little, I don't know that they make this anymore. If they did, it's kind of fun. But each section I can put in, like, I know I want to do blog posts. So one section could be blog posts. One section could be videos. One section could be blah, 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 blah. That's how I'm doing it. I'm going to see if that works for me this year. I don't know if it will. I don't know if it will be like, oh, bless her heart, she tried. I mean, sometimes it's a bless her heart, she tried moment. But at least we figure out what works and what doesn't work that way. You know, and things don't have to be perfect to start. You have to start so you can get perfect. Right? You have to start. You have to try. And I haven't been trying. So now it's time to try and get more organized. I've just kind of been flying by the seat of my pants and going as, you know, I can't do that anymore. I need to stay on top of so many moving parts at this point. So for my particular business, I have the Etsy site, the booth, Vintage Junkie, the videos, the blog. What else? I don't know. We're going to try this method. I'm going to try this method. I would be open to tips. If there are those of you out there who are watching this and going, oh, honey, I just do this and it works so much better. I'm open. You know, if you're part of the vintage mastermind group and you have suggestions and you can put them in there for everybody. Hey, organization tips, hashtag or something. I don't know. We're going to come up with a hashtag for that, but that way people can find it later on. I don't know if it'll work. I can tell you that I'm going to try. So that's a lot of the things that I do for projects even. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try. In my mind, it works great. But anyway, I like this idea because I have a tendency to need to know like what parts and pieces I have already, what do I need to buy. This way, instead of having to remember it, which is not good for me. It's just not good for me. There's too much going on. I can just write it in the book. So I've got the book and my calendar, and they're going to become like my best friends. They're my personal assistants this year. So that's what I'm doing. And in the meantime, you know, this is going to be the end of this video for today because you don't want to watch me paint this bloody thing again. Jump onto Instagram. I'll post a picture of what they look like done. No, I'll probably have to come back and glaze it, but this is just terrible. Look, it's all streaky. It's just, I may just grab a different paint. It's just not been a good paint for me. I expect better. I don't consider $10 for this or $12 for this a cheap paint. I don't. For this size paint to pay that much, I can get a quart. I can get several quarts of Oops paint. I can get a couple gallons of Oops paint. I can get a gallon of Oops paint for that price. It's $9 for a gallon of Oops paint. So that's not a cheap, even at $6, $5, that's not even a good clearance price for this size. If this is going to be low pigmented and I got to do 12 coats, this is not good. That costs us money. Like, I'm extremely frustrated when I get cheap paint, cheap quality paint. Not money-wise. This was not a cheap paint. Money-wise, I expect better quality when I got to pay that much money. I mean, this is a quarter, the price of this is a quarter paint. I mean, hello. Not this quarter paint. This one's like $45. But like of regular paint, not all-in-one paint, you look at the difference. I can get a quart this size of Oops paint for $5. This cost me $5. And the Oops paint is probably going to cover at least in 2. This is on its 3rd coat, and I'm not having much faith that that's going to be the last one. Because this is very streaky, and I would want this by the 2nd coat to be just about there. And this looks like this would be a first coat. That's what that looks like, a first coat. Am I wrong? Been a while since I ranted, huh? I mean, we've covered It's a Wonderful Life, not being wonderful. You will never watch that again. You'll never watch it. I may never watch that movie again. Because I'm so disappointed that Mary just went, I don't care what your dreams are. You're going to marry me and have kids and stay here in Bedford Falls. And if you want to have a dream of something different or you want to travel, too bad. Too bad. I don't support that. I don't like her anymore. I don't find that romantic at all. So anyway, I gotta paint these bloody things. I'm gonna take my papers out of here because I don't want them. I like them. They're clean right now. They're clean and I want to keep them that way. So I'm going to take these out of here, but that's going to be my process. These calendars are really nice. They got goal setting in the front. This is why I went with this one instead of mine. So they've got all these, how you're going to bloom this year to fill out. And I'm not part of their community. This is not an MLM or something, but how you plan to grow this year, things that you plan not to do that you did last year, which I went, well, isn't that innovative? Not do this, not that. You know, here, do more of, do less of, things not to do this year. Believe me, I filled in some stuff. So it's been helping me kind of get my goal setting for the year. You guys know I'm big on goals. Did not make even one, I don't think, of my goals from last year. I know one for sure that I just totally biffed. I'll have to go back and remember what my goals were because I didn't write them down. And that's probably where I went wrong, right? Y'all know it is. Y'all know it is. I didn't write them down. So we got to write them down this year. And that's been helping me kind of go through my brain. I was getting a little depressed I felt adrift. I've been feeling adrift for several months and not really understanding what I wanted to do. And it's helping me kind of narrow my focus and figure it out. Yeah. Thanks for watching, you guys. See you tomorrow. Happy junkin'. Bye.
Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more junkin' videos.